Little Gamer, along with a special guest. You want to introduce yourself tonight?
Hey everybody, it's just Mr. CLP. How y'all doing?
All right, Mr. CLP in the house. It's been a while since I've done one of these.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're wondering what tonight's topic is, okay, WWE 2K24 has just got revealed today. Mr. CLP, would you like to for me to fill you in on what I found out?
Yes, it has been, I guess, leaked or notified now that on the newest WWE 2K game, the cover athlete for this one is no other than the American Nightmare, Mr. Cody Rhodes.
Yes, that's going to be tight. Now, also, there will be new match types in this one. We're going to have special guest referees coming back. The ambulance match, the casket match, and the
Oh, okay.
gauntlet match.
Oh, they're bringing back the casket matches
Yes,
and the ambulance match?
yes.
Mm.
And did you hear about the showcase, or would you like me to fill our viewers in on that one as well?
No, I have not.
All right, it's going to be called Showcase of the Immortals, and it will be 40 years of WrestleMania.
Okay, so that's what I just saw on TikTok of
Yeah, I'm like, oh
go.
shit, that's gonna be tight. Um, and then the creation suite's been expanded as well.
Oh,
Yes, it's gonna have the your usual create a wrestler arena
of course.
championship, create a referee.
Okay, that's a new one.
Yes, create a sign. Yeah, you can actually make your own signs for your characters. Oh my god!
Okay.
And that this all seems cool, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Now, and it's gonna have for the first time ever expanded backstage brawl areas with more interactive environmental elements such as I think it's like they said vending machines where you can throw sodas at your opponents
Okay.
and some other stuff too. And there's gonna have like 4-man backstage brawls and then
Mm.
8-man online Royal Rumbles.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that seems cool, doesn't it?
Hmm. For the most part, yeah.
Now, did you notice something that was missing?
No, cause I'm just hearing about this whole thing over the past few minutes. 'Cause I've been asleep most of the day, and I've been just been hearing about these past little few,
So I've just rocked your brain, huh?
little bit. I didn't know that they was gonna release the no. I know they was gonna
Hmm.
tell about who's gonna be on the cover because I heard that I think Cody himself might have spoiled it ahead of time.
Yeah, I heard that too.
But well, when's this? It's supposed to be coming out later on this year.
March 8th. Now,
Oh,
if you
it's
buy the if you
March.
go hardcore and get the deluxe edition, you get it March 5th.
Of course.
Well, yeah, you know they got to get their access gimmick in. Okay, but did you notice something when I was describing the features, the modes, and all that? Did you notice something that was left out?
Let me see. What it will probably what universe mode.
No, no, they described that one. You're gonna get to have more rivalry options, legally of town stipulation, some other ID
Oh,
match
wait a minute.
types.
Dang, not universe mode, but I know it is. I know it is. I can think of what about like creating your being the GM of your own
No, no,
your
that's in there. My gym's in there.
okay
All right, do you give up?
yeah
Accessibility.
ah
They did not really hint at any accessibility features, so that's why I figured it's important to do the stream and do this talk and explain what could needs to be in WWE 2K24 to make it accessible at launch. Um,
okay go right ahead.
Oh, you might want to turn your TV off there, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, we just got sound of the TV. Sorry about that, folks.
but
Some technical things are happening here. Mr. CLP had to turn off his TV. I don't think
well,
he.
I shut down my system.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Accessibility. Now, the reason why this is important is because WWE 2K, they sell millions of copies every year over year, and they seem to not really focus on accessibility for players like us who have disabilities. And I want to give a quick shout out to Kenny Baum. He's awesome. Um, he was the one that inspired this. He said he didn't really
Hmm.
know a lot. I mean, he wasn't really familiar with, and I get that. When you don't use it, you don't really know much. When you don't really use something,
Yep.
that type of thing. So I figured this would be a good educational piece as well. Okay, so they don't really do accessibility, and I think this needs to change in this year's game. So what I figured we could do is maybe each name 5 or 6 accessibility features that need to be in the game at launch. And Mr. C, I'll let you go first.
Mm, I would say no. I would say maybe larger, large, bolder print, a little larger print.
All right, larger
Like
print. Yes.
that's one.
Yes. My number one would be, and I'm going to scream this to the high heavens until they do this, screen reader support. Because that is something that has been absent in that game series. And if they're going to do screen reader support, they need to go all in with it. There are ways these developers can plug into the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S screen readers. There's a way,
Mm-hmm.
so they can do it. Okay, so what's your number two as far as accessibility?
Number two. Ooh. Mm, that one. Ooh, that one. I don't know. Not exactly.
All right,
We on four other things I can think of.
all right, all right. I'll let you come back. We'll circle back to that. I'll name my number two. My number two would be uh, high contrast options for the menus. To kind of give it that dark background for those that need it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also say, along with that, a text slider so you could slide the text, make it bigger. For those that need it.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your next accessibility feature that you would want to see at launch for WWE 2K24?
Mm-hmm. Ooh. I mean, the only. Mm, I never really had to use the whole accessibility in like the WWE 2K games. Not like
Not
that.
really.
No, not
Right.
really.
I'm thinking from the perspective of those that are going to need it, like Super Blind Man, our friend Blind Gamer 1990. Um. Okay. Would you like for me to name another one?
Yeah, go ahead because
All right, all right. Another one I'm thinking of, when Mr. CLP gathers his thoughts, is audio cues for reversals. Now you're thinking, why in the hell would there need to be audio cues for a reversal, for like different reversals? Now that's because it'll help blind players to know what they're reversing. So like if it's a strike, it might be a ding, and a grapple, it might be more of a lower pitched audio cue.
oh okay, good. Okay, because I've never really had like anything like I could I can definitely see that because a lot when
Mhm.
they have to really know which one they're tapping or the signal.
Right, and here
You know.
lately they've been doing the one button reversal system, which is good. But again, if you don't know when that button's on screen or what it's gonna reverse, you know what I mean?
Okay. What about for the grapples?
Okay. Now the but well now for the grapples, yeah, different audio cues for like when you go into different grapples as well, yes. And when you strike your opponents as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that way you have an offensive and defensive bases covered.
Well, you can use the same thing for your like for your setup moves slash you want.
Signatures, yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely have audio cues for that on the offensive and defensive side. And then the same for the finishers. Now there's going to be a new feature in this game called super finishers.
Now called super what?
Super finishers.
Hmm.
I'm trying not to deviate here too far from the topic, but
Yeah.
that's going to be in the game. I think that's going to be pretty awesome. Now, Mr. CLP, I know Kenny Baum was discussing this, and I want to kind of weigh in. I educated Kenny Baum on, with WWE, you just have the one button for all reversals,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps, with motor disabilities because you have just the one button, but you still have to guess when you're going to have to reverse it.
Yep.
I think Kenny Baum was wanting two buttons, one for grappling, one for strike. What are your thoughts on that?
That honestly that would make sense.
Yes, it would. I think what they could do for accessibility purposes, okay, let's say, for example, hypothetical, by default, you boot up the game, it's got all the other features we discussed, and it's the default control scheme is the two button version, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the other one is an option, the one button for all of them. That way, you not only have your players that prefer the two button scheme, but you have the accessibility piece covered with the one button scheme as well.
And yeah, and that would sound totally fire.
Yes, it would. Now, another thing as far as accessibility, and I know that this is again deviating from the topic a little bit. When you go online,
Mm-hmm.
and you cannot take your control changes with you, it
Yep.
reverts back to the default. They need to make it where whatever control scheme you pick, you take it both online and offline. That way, you got not only accessibility, but you got consistency as well.
Okay. Hmm.
Hmm. Now, I don't. Now, the pin thing. I know in 23 you would flick up the stick at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Now that okay, that's good, but you can also do the button as well. I discovered that I was playing around with it, and I'm like, oh, you can just hit the X button or the A button. So you have the option right there off the bat. And that's the way it should be.
I can imagine.
Okay, what other accessibility feature would you like to see in WWE 2K24 at launch to make it accessible for players with disabilities?
Mm. Mm. Damn. Um. Okay. You already mentioned that reader text. That's fine.
Hmm.
Man, oh god.
and the screen reader.
screen reader.
Yeah. So can you really not really think of anything?
No, not really.
All right. Being that we pretty much talked about the accessibility features related to controls and whatnot. There's one more thing I could think of, and this was probably something you weren't really thinking of. But you know,
Hmm.
how in the current games you have to hit the R2 button or the right trigger and the square button or X button for signatures and the X or A button
Yeah.
for finishers.
Yep. Hmm.
They should make it where maybe you could just maybe hit, you know, do like with the reversals, have one button for signature and then finisher, and then you have the option to, again, if you like the default scheme with both button, with the way it is now,
Hmm.
have it that way. Or you
Yep.
can have the new accessible control on, and you have for online and offline play,
Hmm.
and you have not only accessibility but you have consistency, and it makes everybody happy.
Yep. That just make everybody in the blind community happy because there's a lot. I can mm, I mean there's a lot of people that they'll probably talked about this and probably also went online or probably did discourse and talked about it.
Hmm. But see, the thing is will 2K listen? Is the thing. Have they been listening? I mean, because for years, I would get buy the game. I would buy the high end deluxe edition. Hell yeah, 2K. Then the freaking menus would be so small, right?
Right.
What the hell is this? They need and I'm gonna scream it to the rooftops because again, I mean, I'll just say, notice how on the channel I've been focusing on games
Yep.
with screen reader support here lately.
Hmm.
And you know why? Because certain things have changed
Yep.
in my life that require that now.
Hmm.
And I got burned, EA. I'm talking to you. And UFC 5, they burned me with that one. I don't want to get burned again by one of my favorite franchises.
Hmm.
Now, this is in no way, shape, or form me dumping on 2K or saying I despise 2K. None of that. What this is I'm just trying to say, hey, here's what needs to be done at launch to make this accessible. Because a lot of people in the disability community, not just the blind community, but in the disability community as a whole, has said that the lack of accessibility is there. Now, keep in mind, we just got the initial reveal. You know what I mean? We just got the initial reveal today. So that could change. I mean, we could, next month in February, when we're rocking Peacemaker in Mortal Kombat, they could come and say, okay, accessibility is going to be XYZ.
Hmm.
And we're just talking about what needs to be done. So would you agree with me with what I was talking about with the features I mentioned?
Most definitely.
And you know who I think else would agree with us if she was still here with us?
Hmm.
Serving of cats, baby. Um. So okay, we pretty much talked about that. Um. Would you like to say anything before we wrap up?
Oh, to anybody that's viewing this or seeing this, catch his play from The Last of Us 2. I think we just do that yesterday or the day before
Friday.
Friday. Catch that
Every
the first
Friday.
one we did of The
Yep.
Last of Us 2.
Yep. Every Friday. The Last of Us Part 2
Just
with
want to put that out
accessibility
there.
features enabled. So what I will do is I will show you the accessibility features, the screen reader, all that good stuff. Also, more Mortal Kombat 1 will be in the works. So there'll be more of that. And hey, Thursday's the big one. I got a question, Mr. CLP.
All right, ask,
It
ask.
Tekken 8. That's right. The big boy comes out Thursday. Tekken 8. As a screen reader, will you be ready to enter the King of Iron Fist Tournament 8?
Ooh, yeah. I will have to get what online play.
Yep,
Ooh,
you heard that right here, folks. Day 1 Tekken 8 impression stream will be coming
dun,
Thursday
dun, dun,
night.
dun.
And then more of The Last of Us 2, and then more Mortal Kombat. All right, so with that being said, if you have not done so, if you want to keep up to date with what I do in this space or the video game streaming space or the podcast space, just be sure to subscribe and turn on that bell. Also, I might do these a little more often, and plan them out a little better to where I can um make it look a little more professional and get some more you guys and gals watching or tuning in.
Yeah,
Also, real quick, um, Mr. CLP, do you like internet freeform internet radio? I know this is a bit off topic, but have you ever heard of the radio storm?
the radio. What?
The radio storm.
No, no, I have not.
Okay, for those of you who have not, the Radio Storm is freeform internet radio at its best. To check out the Radio Storm yourself, just go to www.theradiostorm.com or use your Echo device to enable My Tuner Radio and have it play the Radio Storm. The reason why I'm plugging this is because you'll see or hear the Saturday night radio powerhouse or open house with DJ Wildman and his wife. They'll be playing 3 hours of good music for you from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Saturday. And your boy, Blind Metal Gamer, got to do some promo work for him. So you'll be
Oh,
hearing that starting this week.
congrats, congrats, congrats.
Yep. And I told him I'd give him a free plug, so there's that. Okay,
There
so
you
with
go.
that being said, I will
Good
be doing
plug-in.
some more streams like this where I might have guests come on and
Yeah,
we'll talk about different stuff just to branch out things. So yeah, if you
that's a
in the
good idea.
comments have any thoughts on this topic of WWE 2K24, what it needs at launch to be accessible, feel free to get down in the comments, leave your thoughts. We'll have a conversation about it, and we'll go from there. So, Mr. COP, I want to thank you for hopping on at such short notice.
Hey, man, my pleasure. Anytime, anytime.
Hey, me and Kenny Baum are going to do a collaboration at some point. I don't know when. But, all right, with that being said, until next time, for Mr. CLP, I've been your host, Blind Metal Gamer, saying, as always, feel free to subscribe and tick that bell so you'll know when I go live or when I upload new video content. Until next time, so long, everyone.
Peace
Stay
out.
safe and peace out.